Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. We're going to completely transform how we view that often ignored digital space at the very top of our LinkedIn profiles. Yep, we're talking about the LinkedIn banner. Look, I think we can all admit we've been guilty of leaving that default blue gradient up for just a little too long, right? Or maybe throwing up some generic low-res photo of a city skyline because, well, we just didn't know what else to put there. But based on a massive amount of data and expert insight, we're going to see exactly how a tailored banner creates instant curiosity. And more importantly, we'll explore why it's an absolute necessity to make this space state your professionalism with total confidence. Because get this, the sheer scale of opportunity we are leaving on the table is honestly staggering. According to LinkedIn's own internal reports, having a custom background banner paired with your profile photo can increase your profile views by up to 21 times. 21! And the benefits absolutely don't stop there. It can also boost your connection requests by 9 times. I mean, think about that for a second. That is a massive, tangible difference in your networking potential, your lead generation, and your overall career growth, all for something that takes maybe 20 minutes to design. You can really think of your profile like a physical store on a busy street. If the front window is boarded up, or covered in old flyers, or just plain confusing, people are just going to walk right by without a second thought. As LinkedIn expert Josephine Warner points out, your banner is literally that prime digital storefront window. When someone scrolls past your name in a comment section and clicks on your profile, they are effectively walking past your store. In mere milliseconds, that visual real estate has to create enough curiosity to actually invite them inside to read your content. So to break this all down, here's our roadmap for today. We'll cover the 3-second first impression, then move into designing for professional confidence, followed by positioning yourself as a job seeker versus a founder, the psychology of color, and finally, turning that curiosity into action. All right, section 1, the 3-second first impression. Let's start with those crucial first milliseconds when a visitor actually lands on your profile and their brain starts rapidly processing your visuals. In just about 3 seconds, your banner needs to confidently answer a very specific set of silent questions going through their head. What exactly do you do? Who do you help? Do you look professional? And most importantly, can I trust you? If your banner is completely blank, or it's just an unrelated, blurry picture from a hiking trip you took 5 years ago, you are actively missing the chance to communicate your value. A strong visual immediately answers those silent questions. It shows you take your professional presence seriously, and it sets a rock-solid baseline for trust. Now, the crucial point to remember here is managing cognitive load. We want to spark curiosity, not confusion. By applying a psychological principle known as Miller's Law, we know that human working memory is actually pretty limited. You want to aim for a sweet spot of 5 to 9 distinct visual items. A cluttered banner, you know the ones, loaded with 5 different font styles, a massive paragraph of bio text, 3 company logos, and a busy background pattern, that actually overwhelms the human brain. It causes mental fatigue. Keeping it to a simple, distinct focal point with a clean background reduces that fatigue and instantly signals polished professionalism. Less is genuinely more here. Okay, moving to section 2, designing for professional confidence. Let's get into the mechanics and the technical blueprint because honestly, the most brilliant message in the world will completely fail if it's awkwardly cropped or horribly pixelated. This is arguably the number 1 mistake professionals make when setting up their page. You have to design for the safe zone. That's roughly a 1350 by 220 pixel sweet spot right in the center, or maybe slightly to the right of your banner. If you put your core message, your tagline, or your company logo way down in the bottom left corner of your design, it is going to get completely blocked and covered by your circular profile picture on a desktop. Keeping your vital text safely in that central zone ensures nobody has to guess what's hiding behind your headshot. So here is your technical cheat sheet for building that visual confidence. Getting these dimensions right, that's 1584 by 396 pixels, which is a 4:1 aspect ratio, is crucial. Getting it wrong leads to blurry, stretched images, and nothing kills credibility faster than a low-resolution banner. It instantly signals the lack of effort. Also, a vital pro tip here, export your design as a PNG rather than a JPEG. The PNG format preserves the crisp, sharp edges of your text, preventing that weird, fuzzy artifacting that JPEGs always seem to create when they get compressed online. By executing these 3 steps, your digital storefront projects meticulous care and real visual authority. First, high contrast ensures readability. Think dark text on a light background or vice versa. Second, use a single focal point to stop the scroll and direct the eye exactly where you want it. And the third step is absolutely non-negotiable. Because the mobile app naturally crops the top and bottom 35 pixels of your banner, you must open your phone immediately after uploading it to ensure your text isn't getting awkwardly chopped off on smaller screens. Just check it. All right, Section 3, Positioning. Job seeker versus founder. Now that we've got the technical blueprint locked down, let's explore how your banner's identity should shift dramatically based on your specific professional goals. Notice the complete difference in approach here. A job seeker's banner needs to project focused competence and stability to a recruiter or a hiring manager who, by the way, might be scanning dozens of profiles a minute. They want to see clean layouts, calm colors, and relevant industry keywords. On the flip side, a founder, agency owner, or freelancer has to aggressively capture leads. They need bold problem-solving statements, dark, high-contrast backgrounds to really stand out, and immediate trust signals like client logos placed right there in the banner. Take a look at this founder's banner text, for example. It instantly communicates everything a prospect needs to know without wasting a single syllable. Helping e-commerce brands scale profitably, 10 million plus in client revenue, X Shopify growth lead. In just 3 short phrases, they tell you exactly who they help, the measurable outcome, and their unshakable credibility. If you're an e-commerce brand scrolling past, you are instantly curious and you feel incredibly confident in this person's abilities before even scrolling down to look at their actual work experience. Which brings us to Section 4, the psychology of color. Let's dive into how the background colors you choose subconsciously shape a visitor's perception way before they even consciously read that amazing text we just talked about. Your color choice absolutely must align with your industry's culture and expectations. Blue inherently signals trust, logic, and stability. That is exactly why it dominates traditional finance and corporate tech. Green, on the other hand, subtly communicates growth, healing, and sustainability, which is perfect for healthcare professionals or executive coaching. Conversely, a neon orange banner screams high energy, creativity, and innovation. Now, that might work wonders if you're trying to stand out in digital marketing, but it could severely damage your credibility and seem, well, reckless if you're a wealth manager. Match the psychology of the color directly to the specific audience you want to attract. Finally, Section 5, Turning Curiosity into Action. How do we take that fantastic first impression and actually convert it into tangible professional connections, conversations, and leads? Well, to ensure your banner's calls to action actually work, you have to realize they don't exist in a vacuum. They need to be supported by the 411 rule of content in your feed. Basically, for every 6 pieces of content you post, 4 should be pure value and community engagement. 1 can be a soft sell, like offering a free resource, and only 1 should be a hard sell, like asking for a booked discovery call. If you're constantly hard selling in your daily posts, people will just tune you out and completely ignore whatever call to action is on your banner. You gotta give value first. And when it is time to choose a CTA for your banner, keep it hyper-focused to avoid decision paralysis. Seriously, don't ask a visitor to email you and visit your website and download a guide and subscribe to your channel. Pick one. Are you going for an engagement CTA by asking a thought-provoking question, a soft sell with a free checklist? Are you visually pointing an arrow down towards your profile's built-in custom buttons so they visit your website? Or are you just relying on inbound authority, building so much trust they naturally message you? Telling a visitor exactly what single specific action to take next always yields the highest conversion. So, I want to leave you with this provocative thought. If someone looked at your banner right now for just 5 seconds, what would they actually remember about you? Take a moment today to honestly audit your own digital storefront. Are you answering their silent questions, or are you leaving them guessing? Are you projecting professional confidence? If you only had 5 seconds to make an impression, is your current banner doing the heavy lifting, or is it just taking up valuable space? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Now, go optimize that banner.